Sometimes a person's sole purpose in life is to serve as a warning to others. Jake Paul,
I'm kinda looking at you right now.
Viva Frei, Montreal litigator turned YouTuber, and I'm just using this expression tongue-in-cheek. Jake Paul, I am not intending to reduce your entire existence to this one teaching moment, but this moment is nonetheless going to serve as a teaching moment for a great many people. Jake Paul is back in the news, and not for good reasons. Now, for those of you who don't know who Jake Paul is, he is the brother of Logan Paul. They are famous YouTubers, and they have made the news for a variety of not-so-great reasons. Jake Paul is Logan Paul's younger brother, and he now is back in the news because the other day he decided to participate in what was arguably a riot, and he decided to post the video footage of what was arguably a riot online for the world to see. He posted the video online, the world did in fact see it, and now he has been charged with criminal trespassing and unlawful assembly as a result of that video footage. Lesson number one of social media: if you are potentially committing a crime, don't post the video evidence online for the world to see. Just to open up a parenthesis with a funny personal anecdote, almost 4 years ago to the day, August 19, 2016, I went fishing with a drone. And I mean literally fishing with a drone. I didn't just use the drone to carry the lure out into the water so that a fish could pull it and then I could reel it in. I went fishing with a drone.
Oh no.
What? You know, you were born when that happened.
All right, it has been brought to my attention by my better half that I was in fact wrong. The kid was in fact born at that time. I don't know how he has such a good memory for someone who was barely 2 weeks old at the time.
He was a baby. It's just a tiny little baby.
Back to the video.
I swear to you, it was one of the top 5 moments of my life, and I have 3 kids. Okay, I'm gonna put you inside. You wanna go inside? I posted the video on YouTube. The video went quasi-viral, but nowhere near as viral as I thought it deserved to go. I thought that was easily a 10 million view video. I'll show you a highlight now, but go watch the original and share the original. It's still never too late to go totally viral. It was just an amazing moment.
Oh my gosh, did you just see the fish? I got a fish. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We got it. Marion! Marion! Look at what I caught with the drone! It's a huge freaking bass.
So I posted it online, it went somewhat viral. I got a call from a Vermont news agency that wanted to do an interview on the moment. We did an interview, they ran a news article, and then they immediately started getting calls about people asking whether or not what I did was illegal. Now, at the time, if it wasn't legal in Quebec, at the very least, it wasn't illegal in Quebec, whereas it was, in fact, specifically illegal in Vermont. Since then, however, Canada has in fact updated their drone laws to make it illegal to transport a living animal via drone. I like to think the government made that provision of law specifically in reference to my video. But had I shot that video in Vermont and posted it online, I would have in fact posted video evidence of me committing a crime in Vermont. All that to say that people should think twice before posting a video online when the video they're posting online is potential evidence as to potentially unlawful conduct. And that seems to be exactly what Jake Paul just did. Now, for those of you who haven't seen the video itself, here are some highlights of the video that Jake Paul willingly and knowingly and deliberately posted online.
Honestly, shit's
give me a freak alone! Shit! Oh shit! Go, 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 go! Go, go, go!
Now, the video evidence looks bad. Online sleuths are pointing out the fact that Jake Paul at one point in the video is holding a bottle of alcohol that had just been stolen from the liquor store in the video.
Here is the clip in question. Obviously, this clip here, you can see someone who loots the actual store hand a bottle of vodka over to one of Jake Paul's cameramen, I think. Because later on, you can see Jake Paul holding the exact same bottle of vodka.
Others are pointing out that Jake Paul is asking someone to get him some free cologne from the store that the rioters are looting.
Hey yo, give me a free cologne!
I am not sharpening my pitchfork. I'm not jumping on the hashtag cancel Jake Paul bandwagon. He will have his day in court. That video evidence is there and cannot be taken down. It's just that in watching that video, you have to have some serious judgment problems to engage in that type of behavior, let alone to post video evidence of that behavior online for the entire world to see. In light of that video evidence, which is now firmly in the hands of the authorities, Jake Paul has in fact been charged with criminal trespassing and unlawful assembly, and when I heard those charges, I asked myself, what do they actually mean in law? Because this all occurred in Scottsdale, Arizona, I immediately went to look up the actual provisions of law under Arizona law, and they read as follows. 13-1502, criminal trespass in the third degree. Classification. A person commits criminal trespass in the third degree by 1. Knowingly entering or remaining unlawfully on any real property after a reasonable request to leave by the owner or any person having lawful control over such property or reasonable notice prohibiting entry. 2. Knowingly entering or remaining unlawfully on the right-of-way for tracks or the storage or switch yards or rolling stock of a railroad company. Criminal trespass in the third degree is a class 3 misdemeanor. It would seem that breaking into a closed shopping center probably qualifies as criminal trespassing, and if you're gonna go do it, don't video record it and post it online afterwards. But what of unlawful assembly? Unlawful assembly classification. A person commits unlawful assembly by 1. Assembling with 2 or more other persons with the intent to engage in conduct constituting a riot as defined in section 13-2903, or 2. Being present at an assembly of 2 or more other persons who are engaged in or who have the readily apparent intent to engage in conduct constituting a riot as defined in section 13-2903 and knowingly remain there and refusing to obey an official order to disperse. B. Unlawful assembly is a class 1 misdemeanor. Now this is new and in fact very interesting to me. What is the definition of a riot? 13-2903, riot, classification. A person commits riot if, with 2 or more other persons acting together, such person recklessly uses force or violence or threatens to use force or violence if such threat is accompanied by immediate power of execution which disturbs the public peace. Riot is a class 5 felony.
Call this a sucker riot? Come on, boys. Let's take him to school. Oi! Oi! Oi!
Now this is in fact very interesting. Felonies are more serious crimes than misdemeanors. Unlawful assembly, which is a misdemeanor, is predicated on the assembly being for the purposes of a riot, which is itself a felony. So it seems that someone can commit the misdemeanor offense of unlawful assembly, which offense itself is predicated on that assembly being for the purposes of a riot, which is a felony, without actually committing the felony of riot itself.
Try to say that 5 times in a row.
Which I guess is fortunate for Jake Paul, who is only facing 2 misdemeanor charges. Now, in fairness to Jake Paul, he has issued a public statement explaining away the situation. I just hope for all that is holy that he had it reviewed by an attorney before issuing that statement. Let's read it, shall we? To be absolutely clear, neither I nor anyone in our group was engaged in any looting or vandalism. For context, we spent the day doing our part to peacefully protest one of the most horrific injustices our country has ever seen, which led to us being tear gassed for filming the events and brutality that were unfolding in Arizona. We were gassed and forced to keep moving on foot. We filmed everything we saw in an effort to share our experience and bring more attention to the anger felt in every neighborhood we traveled through. We were strictly documenting, not engaging. I do not condone violence, looting, or breaking the law. However, I understand the anger and frustration that led to the destruction we witnessed, and while it's not the answer, it's important that people see it and collectively figure out how to move forward in a healthy way. We are all doing the best we can to be helpful and raise awareness. This is not the time to attack each other, it's the time to join together and evolve. Now, not to overly dissect this public statement, just to put on my cross-examining litigator hat for a second, when anybody says, let me be clear, to be absolutely clear, oddly enough, more often than not, I find they're actually not being transparent and they are being deceitful. More often than not, when the person that is being accused tries to turn themselves into the victim, they are being deceitful. And to the extent that this public statement is forever ingrained in the internet history, much like the video evidence itself, it's going to be up to internet sleuths and actual police sleuths to match the statement with the video footage that exists. Does the existing video evidence confirm a narrative of someone who is documenting or someone who is participating? That is going to be a question for the court of public opinion to decide and an actual court to decide if this ever gets there, but I suspect this is actually never going to go to court. I suspect Jake will strike an agreement, plead guilty to something, pay a fine, maybe do some community service, and move on with his life, but he will have learned a valuable lesson.
Stop breaking the law, Ed!
Don't break the law, and if you're gonna break the law, don't post the video evidence online for the entire world to see. And that is all that I meant when I said that sometimes a person's sole purpose in life is to serve as a warning for others. Now, if you like my videos and like my content, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop a comment in the comment section below. It feeds the algorithm. If you want to support the channel, all of these support links are in the pinned comment. We got merch, PayPal, Subscribe Star, Patreon, but above all else, if you just want to share the channel, that will help me grow. Stay safe, stay healthy, go outside, get some fresh air, get some exercise, don't participate in any illegal activity, and now you know your vlog. Peace out. Booyah!